As far as home field advantages go in the playoffs, there are few places tougher on a visiting team than this one. Sold out in Power Field and Mile High in Denver. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Denver Broncos. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, they'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On second down, a run with Patterson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Huntley. Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Well, and that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cordero Patterson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Riley Patterson now for the extra point. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Here's Corral. He'll get this off to Taylor. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To throw, Huntley. Finding Miller once more, complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Huntley to throw. Touchdown, Broncos. Cordero Patterson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Broncos are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no thought of a return here for Hines. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game of the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
Escaping the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, Corral.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Looking to throw. Huntley. Flush to his right. He'll let this go deep for Sutton.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
On the return, Hardy.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Scotty Miller,
58 yards.
And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Patterson.
And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And some space here.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
1st and 10, Taylor now. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Corral's throw caught by...
And he coughed it up. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
and it is cold,
and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10.
Quick slant to Hamler. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground. And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Second and 12.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
K.J. Hamler.
31 yards.
And the Broncos are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Patterson now for the extra point.
And the lead is now an even 30. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Now Corral.
Flushed out right.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
One more time with Patterson. 50 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
And Corral will throw it.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
And he will have the Broncos first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook, is still open for the coordinator.
Running left, here's Patterson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down right around the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
This one from 35 yards away.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check.
Corral under pressure, and down he goes. Going for it on 4th down. Corral.
Escaping the pressure right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. His time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle made by Zaire Franklin. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Here's Patterson again.
Dances by him. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
82 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
Patterson is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Williams will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good, wide left. But that shouldn't matter a great deal as they still lead by a bundle here. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Up the middle, here's Taylor. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Wait a second, that's got to be a mistake. They declined it.
That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean, it doesn't at all because you want that penalty. All right, they just picked up a first down, right? You want the penalty.
I am so confused right now. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 78 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Corral, 3rd and 2. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Again, it's Taylor. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Broncos going to